Hey YouTube, welcome back. Today we're starting a new series in our system design interviews. We have a series to design Facebook newsfeed system. Before start this interview, I just need to tell you something. In a real interview, it will not tell you design Facebook newsfeed system. It will tell you design Facebook. That's it. And you try to get from your questions, you try to get what you want to design. So let's just say that the interviewer will start the interview with you like this: design Facebook, and that's it. And as we saw all the time, the questions of the interviews, the system design interviews, are all the time, or most of the time, open-ended. It's not too specific, so it is really hard to know what I am really designing, because I only have 45 minutes or 1 hour. So I will not be able to design every component in Facebook. So our job as an interviewee is to make sure that we ask for clarification questions. So we narrow the scope to know what exactly our interviewer wants us to design. So in order to do that, and in order to be successful in our system design interviews, we have our own formula. Our own formula has 4 steps. First of all, we understand the problem, and this is the most important step of the interview. If you get this step wrong, it's done for you. The second thing is to propose a high-level design, and after that we get deep dive into specific components, and after that we wrap up with maybe we can add some improvements. So let's talk about the understand the problem. As we said, that all system design interviews, they are pretty vague. They are really vague. Just you don't know what exactly I'm designing. And our job is to just ask clarification questions to make sure that we are designing the same thing as our interviewer wants us to design. And in this video, we start in understanding the problem. And as I said all the time, understanding the problem is the most important step if you system design interview. If you get this wrong, it's done for you. So into understanding the problem, there is a formula that we have that we ask basically 4 or 5 questions. Yeah, make it. The first one is, what are we designing? Or maybe like let's call what part of Facebook are we designing? Okay. The second one, it will be, what are the devices that use our system, or that our system serve. Both of them work. And the third and the fourth, they are tricky because they are not one question. You have to ask more than one question to understand this one. How does the system function? Okay. And the fourth one is, how scale is the system? How scale the system is. And the last one is that we will ask a question about the cap theorem. So theorem, okay, let's just delete theorem. We'll ask a question about the cap theorem. So the first of all, that we wanna, when we have a designing Facebook, please don't jump into designing directly. I have done this problem, and you will feel that you lost in the middle of the interview. So what should you do? First, we just narrow the scope. We said, what are we designing? So our interviewer will tell us what specific parts of Facebook he wants us to design, and it will be like he will say that, okay, we design about we think about designing the news feed system, of Facebook. Okay, don't don't jump into the question directly. There is another one that I need you to ask. What is this? What is this? Let's see. System. This. What is the system means, or what is the newsfeed means? Newsfeed system means. Feed. What is the meaning? What is the meaning of newsfeed system? This is the second question. It's really important to ask. Maybe you will not have to ask both of the two questions, but at least you will have to ask one of them. So first of all, I'm saying what specific part we are designing, and we are saying that we expect you to design the newsfeed system. So we said, okay, if you know the newsfeed system, you'll say, okay, I guess I know what is a newsfeed system, and I guess the newsfeed system is something like 1, 2, 3, just like that. And your interviewer will say yes or no. Let's say that I don't know what is a newsfeed system. I have never used Facebook before, and I don't know what is a newsfeed system. So I'll ask, what is the meaning of newsfeed system? What is a newsfeed system? So let's say that we don't use Facebook, so we don't know, and we don't use Twitter, we don't use anything, so we don't know what is a newsfeed system. So quote from Facebook, a newsfeed system is constantly updating list of stories in the middle of your homepage. Stories or posts. Newsfeed includes status updates, photos, videos, links, app activity, and likes from people, pages, and groups that you follow on Facebook. So this what is a Facebook is. So the first two questions, we try to understand what is going on. Basically, what is going on. And the third one, we start to get our own, we start to get our hands dirty. So we said that, okay, what are the devices that devices that use our system? And in this one, we said that we use a mobile and desktop, and mobile and desktop. It's built for both. So the upcoming two questions, they are pretty tricky because they are not one question. You have to ask more than one question to understand how does the system function. So I will say that first of all, what are the important features of the newsfeed that you need me to design? Because I can't design the full newsfeed. So we will say that, okay, maybe let's think that a user can publish a post and see their friends, his or her friends' posts on the newsfeed page. Let's narrow it like that. So I took second question about how the system function. I would say that, okay, is the newsfeed sorted by reverse order or any particular order, such as topic scores? For instance, posts from your close friends have higher scores, for instance. Maybe the interviewer will say that to keep things simple, let's assume that the feed is sorted by reverse order. Just like the first post you see, that's it. So I could say also, can the feed contain images, videos, or just text? Is it that it can contain media files, including both images and videos? So right now we ask maybe like 3 or 4 questions about how the system function. So we want to understand how the system scale, how is the scalability of the system. So one of the questions that you can ask is that if our system is dealing with a lot of users, I would say, how many daily active users do we have? If our system, you're working with notifications, I would say, how many notifications do we send a day? if our system, for example, uh, let's say that our system using uh, I don't have any idea right now, but let's just talk about these two things. So what is the key feature? What is the main customer? What is the main thing that we build our application around? In Facebook, we build our application around the user. So I would say, how many daily active users do we have? So it's said that we have 10 million daily active users. So I want to ask something about the CAP theorem. And if you don't know what is the CAP theorem, basically, give me a minute. Basically, the CAP theorem is the CAP theorem, also known as Brewer's theorem, is a fundamental concept in distributed systems. It states that it is impossible for a distributed system to simultaneously provide all the three following guarantees that I'm going to say. C, which is consistency, that means every read from the system returns the most recent write or an error, ensuring that all nodes in the system have the same data at the same time. A means for availability, and this means every request made to the system receives a response, either success or failure, without guarantees about the data being consistent across all nodes. We have P, which is partition tolerance. The system continues to function even in the presence of network partitions or message loss between nodes. According to the CAP theorem, a distributed system can achieve any two of the three guarantees, but not all three simultaneously. So we have something called a CB system. Let me just do it like that. We have CA system, we have AB system. And we have the CB system that prioritizes the consistency and the partition tolerance, but sacrifices availability. In the event of a network partition, the system may become unavailable. Okay. The CA system prioritizes the consistency and the availability, but sacrifice the partition tolerance. It will be unavailable in the event of network partitions. AB, it's a system that prioritizes availability and partition tolerance, but sacrifices strong consistency. It may return different results to different nodes or clients during network partitions. So basically, when designing a distributed system, we as developers must carefully consider the trade-offs between consistency, availability, and partition tolerance based on the system's requirements, use cases, and importance of data integration versus availability. And it's important to know that the CA system, it's not a real world system, because partition tolerance is something that we can't avoid. We can't. We always should guarantee our system should be tolerance to any network errors. So our system would continue to perform even though if we have an error in our own nodes. So you also times choose between CP and AB. So you try to ask your interviewer like that. Like for our system, do we prefer to be our system to be highly available with not that great consistency, or let's say that with a tunable consistency, or do we prefer more to have a consistency than have availability? So I guess it will be we prefer to have an available system. So by this question we will went to our two main things. First of all, what is this? Sorry. Let's make this. I'm gonna make it white. So from this question, we know two things. We know our functional requirements and non-functional requirements. So let's say we have we have the functional requirements. Okay. Require. Wait a minute. Requirements. I guess I did it right. Requirements. I guess this is wrong because I don't like to make any wrong requirements. Yeah. Okay. Requirements. So the functional requirements, they will be pretty straightforward. We will say, first of all, let's make a bullet point. So I will say the user can create post, and user can delete post, and also so I guess, yeah, user can create post, delete posts. User can read post. Let's say that we care about create and read, right? Say write. User can write post, and user can read post. I guess there is nothing else. I guess we have. Do we have comment? Do we care about the comment? User can publish a post and see the friend's post on the newsfeed. I guess no, we don't care about the comments. So let's talk about the non-functional comments because they are a lot. Okay. So let's just say non-functional requirements will be a lot here. So first of all, we expect to have high availability. High availability. We expect to have also we expect to have a 10 million daily active user availability. We have a 10. We support mobile and desktop. Also, I guess we user can have 5,000 friends. Maybe also we could we said that post could have image and videos. Okay, and I guess, yeah, I guess that's it for this section. So basically, even though if you think that we just nailed it and we finished all the functional requirements, not functional requirements, it's really important to ask your interviewer that this seems good. Is there something that I'm missing? Is there something in your mind that I didn't put in my requirements? Just all the time ask for clarifications to make sure that you understand the problem 100% right. So that's it for today's video. I hope you like my content, and if you like my content, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. If you didn't like my content, make sure to give me a comment about you didn't like exactly so I can improve myself over time. So that's it for this video, and see you in future videos.